Welcome to the COMiX News Wire, where we get our news from the COMiX newsroom found at comicbookadvocates.com. This show is anchored by Mr. Anderson, who is the unboxable, advocating creator known as the Indie Comics Devil, who will tempt you with his devilish tales of fetish, monsters, and more. Join him and his co-anchors as they give you the comics news coming off the wire. This show is brought to you in association with
At Geek Insider, we foster relationships with those in the geek sphere so we can give our audience the insider view of entertainment, tech, and more.
comicbookadvocates.com is the global digital Comic-Con, but it's more than that, and you can be more too. Be more than just a fan. Become an advocate for comics like comicbookadvocates.com is for their creators, for their crowdfunding, for the very books they're creating, because we love comics. Warning and disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on this live feed are those of the guests, speakers, and or hosts, and do not necessarily reflect the beliefs, official policies, ethics, or positions of the content providers, advertisers, additional hosts, and or guests, hosting sites, groups, or entities attached to this programming. Viewer discretion is advised. Today's program is anchored by Meredith Logren and Chuck Pino. Rob Anderson is on vacation.
Good morning, everybody. Hi, I am not Phil Lockler, and that is not Rob Anderson. Chuck, you want to introduce yourself real quick?
Well, I'm also not Phil Lockler, just so we're aware. That's me, that handsome, cute little guy. I'm Chuck Pino. What's going on? I'm a freelance writer, editor, and I'm known for such projects as Welcome to the Void, Belial, and Essence House.
So today's Comics Newswire is presented by Geek Insider, comicbookadvocates.com, Indie Vault, and a whole lot of creators who are out there busy creating. And we are kind of going through the list today with the news. This is the first time that I've actually taken the lead for this. So interesting stuff. So Sunday Comics Brunch, I'll start off. Sunday Comics Brunch episode 6 was yesterday. We had a lot of fun. Chuck, you are invited to the show next week to sit with us. We had some really great discussions, and those are going to be highlighted later. And I'm just going to pass off the next thing to you. But if you guys want to tune into Sunday Comics Brunch, head over to Geek Insider.
Yeah, and I would love to be there, by the way. I enjoyed myself when I was on the brunch before. This is Super Earth Comics Group. The Kickstarter is coming on November 9th. Mark your calendars. I don't know anything about this. I would probably, I know a lot of different comics. Hey, Super Earth Comics Group, give us just a little bit more information. Tell us something so that we can tell everybody all the goodness that you've got showing off.
Yeah, a little bit of a log line or something that we can expand on so that it kind of tickles our fancy and we go, oh, what's that about? And be prompted to actually hit the link. But
we're glad to talk about it, but there's mentioning it and then there's really being able to talk intelligently about it. Give us that opportunity to really sell what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. And so from Joseph Dewis. We are only 4 days from launching the horror war book that teams up Dracula, and I lost where'd it go? Okay, so from launching the horror war book that teams up Dracula and Scheherazade, very cool. Get notified on launch. Get over to theorderofdracula.com.
I will tell you, I edited that book. And it's actually book 1 of 3. It's brilliant. And it's the real life take on Vlad Tepes Dracul III. And we get to learn about his actual beginnings as a youth and growing up in his life. And then all of that spins into World War I. And in World War I, he is attempting to take on the Ottoman Empire. So there's those two timelines that kind of run over top of each other and are explained throughout it. It's an absolutely amazing story, very interesting, and he really went like his history is ridiculous. Because I remember at one point I was like, "That's really cool, but it would be better if we did this, don't you think?" And he was like, "Yeah, but that didn't happen." And I'm like, "Oh, I know," but he's like, "No, historically that did not happen." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, I get where you're coming from now. That's perfect." So yeah,
That is really cool, and that is right up my alley because I'm working on actually a couple of stories in kind of like that horror genre, and some of it historical. So it's really kind of cool.
yeah.
Let's see, Bobby Gregory. What have we got here? Last chance, boom! A few hours left on Kickstarter. This is for Catch the Crazies.
Yeah. I've heard good things about it, and actually, they were one of the ones that was picked by Boom to receive some money when Boom was giving out money to everybody on Kickstarter.
Hey, I wouldn't mind some money.
I know,
Chuck,
but Bilal was on at the time, and we didn't get any, so I get it.
Man, all right, I'll give you this title.
Okay, Scoot. Pre-order these amazing titles from Scoot. We've got Thingy and Tembo, which I've heard very good things about. Loot, and is this Soulstorm?
Soulstream.
Soulstream. Okay, the blue letters kind of, but yeah, those look really great. Those are really fun covers. Yeah, man.
Now the Scoot imprint, that is for ages.
I don't know about the ages.
Yeah, I think it's for the younger readers anyway.
It is younger readers. Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool. So exciting news for Scoot. And we're going to scroll down a little bit here.
Well, and it's exciting news for all of COMiX. I mean, it's important for us to feed ages 4 through 12. Thank you, Ghost. So yeah, and it's very important to COMiX as a whole because we want to get the next generation in. So yeah.
Yeah, and there are a lot of people who actually started reading because of the all ages comic books. So okay, so Jerry Zukushishifu. Wow, this is from E4 Comics on Long Island. Meet Ocean and Terrell, the bladed twins of the Twin Titans. Very cool. And again, I wish it was a little bit more expanded on the description so that we knew what it was about. Give us a little bit of a log line, guys.
There's Soulstream number 1. You can order your copy through Diamond, as he said, the Ghost said.
You want to take this one?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, so far there's nothing to talk about.
There's a little bit of naughty bits covered. So.
John Celestri, I've launched Bloodwing Angel as a new series on my on-demand campaign as a bi-monthly 24-page PDF perk. That's interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, I will say, and I don't know Instagram very well, or not Instagram, well, that either, but Indiegogo that well, but I've been told that digital doesn't do very well on Indiegogo. That's what I've been told. So I'm interested to see how they do.
Yeah, I'm figuring, because with I've got the Comic Noob title, so I still claim that until I can actually get to a point where I'm actually distributing the book or finishing up a campaign. But it's one of those things where I'm kind of looking at both Kickstarter and Indiegogo to see which is the best option for me, because I've got a book that's prose and then I've got comic books that I'm working on. So that'll be interesting.
I feel like the way to go, and maybe it could totally just be me because everyone can do their own thing, but I think going Kickstarter to in demand on Indiegogo is just perfect because you kickstarted your book and now you've got it happening. Oh yeah, that's right. She has that 2-page story in Hybrids. It
hasn't been delivered yet, so technically,
that means you and I share a credit.
Cool. That's really
because I'm in that book too.
Oh, awesome. So here we go. Dan Noakes, one and all, day 25 of Clucktober the 3rd. The recluckening is here. Our prompt for today is Buddy, and here is what I came up with. Our sponsor today is my online store where you can pick up chickens, books, prints, and merch, as well as other creative goodies from me. Visit 21sandshark.com/store. Give us a like and take a look at what's going on with Clucktober.
I love the honesty of that. My sponsor today is me. Like that feels like our comic careers all in one. Today I am sponsored by me. I made this happen. I am here because I paid a lot of money to be here.
Oh, on to you, Chuck.
Hey everyone, I put together a huge Lovecraftian and horror comic giveaway to help promote the upcoming launch of my series Forgotten Hymns, coming to Kickstarter November 10th. You can enter the giveaway here. I have looked at Forgotten Hymns, and the covers, at least the art and such I saw, it looks really cool.
Yeah, and that is from kingsumo.com. And we're scrolling, and okay. We have 5 days left to enter. So they've got a pretty good selection of grand prizes and stuff like that, where you can win gift cards, plush toys, hard covers, good stuff like that. So that's a nice prize package, actually.
Yeah,
I'll have to take a look at that. So more news from Bobby Gregory. Let's see what we have here.
That's from John Epple, isn't it?
John Epple. All right.
I know his art.
Oh, you do? You want to talk about this a little bit?
Yeah, I could totally do that. I've worked with him. Really good dude. I've been itching to get back to my creator-owned stuff, and between seeing some awesomely designed McFarlane toys and shit-talking with my buddy Max DeVille, I redesigned one of my old characters for an appearance in my book.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I love that artwork, but I love anything that's kind of creepy and weird.
It's got that twisted look to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's like it looks like a reindeer kind of zombie kind of, I don't know, hell being, I guess.
Right. It almost has a look of some of the classic Wendigo, not like the Marvel Wendigo, but like from stuff I've seen from some classic art.
Yeah. But yes, Halloween is coming, and it's like the high holy day for a lot of people, including me.
Congratulations.
Yes. So scrolling down here, let's see. Now, how would you say that? Is it violet or violette?
I would probably say Violette.
I would say Violette only because, singing, and I've seen that. It's like French. But Violette 2, Backlash. Being a lone hero sounds fine at first, but with a bounty hunter on your tail, sometimes you need help. Violette's adventure continues, and that is on Kickstarter as well. And that's what I mean. Have a log line to kind of tease us into wanting to hit the link.
And that's Ed Jowett, who has done a bunch of stuff, and he has a whole world of other comics and stuff. And he actually is also one of the comic creators that I know who has jumped in the audio dramas too. So he's got a lot of stuff going on.
Very cool. All right. Yeah. And then the next title here. Go ahead, Chuck.
Nightwolf Volume 1, Urban Fantasy Werewolf, Coming of Age Drama. A young man discovers that he was born a werewolf and is reluctantly thrown into a supernatural war against a dark covenant.
I love that artwork.
Yeah, it's I've read the first 3 issues. Solid series. Really good book. Yeah.
Okay, and then Gamal Hennessy, The Business of Independent Comic Book Publishing. I'm waiting for my copy to come in the mail.
Me too.
And it says, I run a boutique legal practice specializing in comic book publishing, entertainment law, and intellectual property licensing. If you'd like to learn more about getting the right legal protection for your independent freelance or creator-owned comics, please visit my website and set up a free consultation. So you can go to creativecontractconsulting.com. That he's so smart and he knows what he's talking about. It might be something that you definitely look into.
Now, Meredith, I don't know if you do this, but I think we all try to do it. I sometimes make my wife the bad guy, but like inadvertently. So when this book came out, I knew that I should have it, but I also was like, that's a big price tag. Like, and I don't know how I'm gonna. So I told my wife about it, who's also creating a comic, and I was like, I don't know, what do you think? And she was like, we want to be comic creators, and you respect this guy? I was like, oh yeah, like his credentials are here, like this guy knows what he's talking about. She's like, well, then we have to get it. I'm like, cool, all right, you don't have to be the bad guy, that's great. Because if she'd said no, I'd be like, yeah, my wife didn't let me get it, I didn't have the money for it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I kind of do that too. It
Right?
used to be with my kids, I used to blame them, but now. All right, you
You
want
can
this
still
one?
blame them. Yeah, okay, let me see if I can read that. Two Scout Geeks. Two Scout Geeks want to celebrate Scout Comics and their new line, Scout All Ages line, and one of their fantastic books coming up by Art by Saida, the amazing Soulstream comic. We have 8 signed copies of the Soulstream Ashcan by the amazingly talented Saida. All you have to do is download the coloring sheet from the Dropbox link in this post and have your kids color away. Then post a pic of their coloring page and tag 2 Scout Geeks or email to us, and we will be selecting 8 and send a signed copy to you. Please send your photos to 2scoutgeeks@gmail.com to enter. And remember, kids are what it's all about.
Very cool. Now she's got some pretty good credits, Saida.
I haven't looked at any of her stuff, to be honest. It's the first I've been hearing of her.
Yeah. Let me see. So we've got Davy Rocket, and are we going to play the video? Not sure if we have permission. Let's see. We've got a ghost producer in the background. I wonder who it could be. No video.
No video. Okay,
so this is from Keith Harper. The Davy Rocket Almanac will be back in stock tomorrow. Where? You have to send us a link. That's
Davy
helpful.
Rocket. Man, oh man. Ball dropped. Okay. I know this guy, Sean Keenan. If you're looking for something new, enjoy alternate history stories, and love plenty of action, then this is for you. After the death of his father, a Spartan warrior is entrusted by a mythical priestess to battle the monstrous army rising in the east. Join Talos as he sets out on an adventure to not only avenge his father's death, but to protect Sparta from an evil that will stop at nothing to see his country and its people burn. Sign up to the pre-launch page here. Talos of Sparta.
Sounds dark. Right up my alley.
Yeah.
And we're scrolling.
He's the guy behind XCT, Extreme Champion Tournament, and those books are really good. And he's been doing that since like 2014, so I would expect good things.
And I know this is my turn, but I'm going to give this to you because I know you can speak on it.
Cthulhu Invades Odds. That's right. Travis Gibb has put together an amazing series, and that's Chuck is in this project. Chuck is definitely not the only person in this project. I know that there's some Rob Anderson fans in the house, and Rob has a piece in here. The art was done by the lovely Halloween is Coming by the lovely Martha Schwartz. I have one in there, and it's done by the art is done by Kyron Silva and Alan Ellsworth. We have so many other amazing people on there. David Byrne is on there. Richard Rivera is on there. Russell Nolte, like just tons of amazingly talented people. And what I love most about this book is that it's an anthology, but it's a singular story. It starts from the beginning of the invasion of Oz to the end of the invasion. And so all of us on the teams, we got to pick a character and then tell a singular story within that. It launches tomorrow night.
Ooh. Yeah, so that is actually a message from Travis Gibb dated the 21st. So it goes live tomorrow, not in 6 days, and they're excited to share the dynamic work that the friends have been working on. So definitely head over to CthulhuInvades.com, set yourself up for notifications, or keep hitting that F5 button when they go live and be one of the first ones to invest in this book. Yeah, there you go. Oh, here's another one that you can speak on, Chuck.
Guys, it's coming up, Chuck. I don't know what to tell you. That's right. 6 more days. Chuck is all over Kickstarter, by the way, people. This is my life right now. 6 more days until Essence House the novel hits Kickstarter. I could not be more excited about this. I could not be more important. Wow. This guy's really stuck up.
I know. He took like self-promotion to the next level, guys.
Right? I could not be more important than right now. Wow. No, I could not be more excited about this one. This will officially make me an author. So I'm so excited about this book. It's a time travel family drama. It's an audio drama. So we have the first 16 out of 20 chapters already up. So you can literally go and listen to 3/4 of the book right now. And if you don't like it, you don't have to buy it. That's how good we feel about this. I will tell you that a lot of people have said, is it word for word? No. Scripts for audio dramas are a little different because we have sound engineers and all that kind of stuff. There's some parts that we take out. Also, because we have to have it down to a certain time, we try to keep our episodes at 20 minutes. There's some stuff that we're super excited to be able to expand upon and grow upon. So there will definitely be a different experience and more to the story in the novel.
That's pretty awesome. All right. So that launches November 1st, 2020 on
And
Kickstarter.
And that's myself and Eric Cockrell, who is the dude behind that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And Wendy Gale. Here's another one for with a little bit of Chuck love.
Right? This is, wow. Like, it's just all there. I bet you Belial comes next. That'd just be hilarious. So the ghost might just do it for fun. Yeah, okay, so this is, what's amazing about this is it's not just that my wife did this, but when we got together back in 2000, her and I created an online role-playing game called Visible Dreams, and it was out there for hundreds of people to play. It since has been taken down, but all of the stories and everything that we built there are there. And so Wendy Gale has recreated one of the stories, and we are starting that world up in comic form. So this is the origin story of her character, Renella Bree. And we get to see her go from a youth to a trained bandit and rogue. So Wendy Gale is also an editor, absolutely, and she is definitely willing to take on work because she's got to pay for pages.
Do you guys have to like arm wrestle to get the editing jobs?
No. Honestly, for the most part, she, like I take them because I have the time, and then every once in a while she'll be like, "Oh, I really want that." Okay, you go for it. I've got lots of work. I'm fine. So yeah, man.
So, but these are some of the pencils for the book, Viscarian Tales. Let's see, Marauders Masquerade by Dino. How do you say his last name?
Dino Agor. Yeah.
Agor. Very cool. And we're scrolling. Sean Barbour. I'll take this one. I'll take this one.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So this is for Belial, actually, because this is all about Chuck today. It's Chuck's show. All right.
Feels like it.
It's not really, but this definitely took more than a minute. Will you stop moving the damn page, damn ghost producer? All right, it's been a long day, but I think this may be ready to be colored by our dude Chris Hall for the Thomas Tenney Boys Out of Hell homage cover. This cover is sure to be spectacular. What do you think? I love that. I mean, there's just so much detail in the black and white there.
Yeah, Thomas Tenney, he's done so many things. He does the art for Creepshow, which is on TV right now. He's done Marvel, DC, Image. He did album covers for AC/DC. And so we wanted, this book has a real heavy metal feel to it. And we do a lot of heavy metal Easter eggs and stuff throughout it. And so one of the things we did is we wanted to have kind of like a heavy metal or hard rock cover. And so Sean gave us the most metal cover there is of a non-metal album, and that is Meatloaf's Bat Out of Hell, which is such a metal look, but it is not a metal album at all. So true. Okay, yeah. Ghost producer, onward.
All
Next.
Oh, and it looks like we're getting to the mainstream news. How are we
Oh,
doing
cool.
on time?
24 minutes.
All right, not bad, not bad. We've got like 6 minutes if we want to keep to the half an hour here.
Okay.
All right, and we're scrolling, and we're scrolling. Link story, no Belial.
Yeah. Okay.
Ghost producer has things to say. I don't know why
He does.
Ghost producer isn't on camera today. Then
He loves Link, and I get it.
he does. Now, is Link ever going to have his own
We're
story?
so he did do. We had an origin story, a 4-page origin, but we're open to it. Right now, we're very focused on getting those 4 issues out, and then seeing what they can do, and then we'll see what people want.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
But it does sound like people want some Link.
Yeah, definitely. Link
Yeah.
Barber crossover for 2020.
Probably 2021, homie.
So the mainstream market news is presented by Indie Volt, and make sure that you follow them on Roku. Download their app. Go to Streama if you have iPhone, and make sure that you tune into indievolt.com. Give Varian, Grant, and the team over there some love. All right, so for mainstream market news, we've got from the COMiX Newswire here. San Diego Sailor creates lighthearted Navy-themed comic book art. And so there's an outlet and a want for people to see comics kind of tongue-in-cheek of their own culture. And this is from 10news.com.
Oh, cool.
I think that there's definitely a trend. I'm seeing more and more kind of like an all ages kind of.
Ooh. Rick and Morty showrunner says Clone Beth mystery plays major role in season 5. I didn't get to watch the last season, so I'm very excited to see how that goes.
All right, and that's from comicbook.com.
I agree. It's because it hasn't hit Hulu yet.
Mm-hmm. And here we go. So this is from CBR.com. Warped Nickelodeon developing comic book store sitcom. Nickelodeon is developing a new sitcom titled Warped, which follows an unlikely duo working in a comic book store together. Very cool. All right, yeah. Nickelodeon. My goodness. All right, off to you.
Am I allowed to read it now? The Falcon and the Winter Soldier video reveals mysterious new villain group. As principal photographer for the... Yeah, it doesn't go into it. So we don't know... I don't know what that group is, but I'm excited. I'm going to watch that anyways. I mean, I've loved all the Marvel movies, so I'll definitely get in on the rest of it.
Yep, and you'll have to go to comicbook.com to get the whole story and see what the heck they're talking about. So here it is. It is drawn. Comic book characters take on the boys. This week, our artists drew your suggestions for comic book characters taking on either the boys or the superhumans of the Boys TV series. So that is on CBR.com.
Star Trek: The Picard prequel following Riker and Troy announced. Oh, cool.
All right. Those are for your Trekkies.
Oh.
And we're moving forward. Let's see. Comics Newswire here. And that is on comicbook.com. Thank you, Ghost Producer.
Oh, okay.
Marvel's Avengers reveals Kate Bishop release window and what content it will include. So you'll have to head over to comicbook.com to get the rest of that. But Marvel's Avengers, if you're a fan, definitely head over there and see.
Green Lantern will be written like a TV show but produced like a movie, says Guggenheim. HBO Max's upcoming Green Lantern series will be written like a TV show but a feature production. Okay, cool. And that's from comicbook.com. That's interesting. Let's hope it's better than the last one.
Yeah, I don't know why they would do that. Okay, so here we go. The Suicide Squad director James Gunn says DC Comics gave him free reign with every character he wanted. Wow. I mean, if you had free reign for a character, which one would you do? This is on comicbook.com. Go ahead, Chuck. Which one would you do if you had free reign over a character?
Wow. You know what? I feel like Poison Ivy, whenever they show her, she always except for the cartoon, but all too often she just kind of comes off as this sexy villainess, and there really is more to the character. I
Mhm.
would like to see that character a little more developed and really kind of get behind sort of the eco-terrorist feel that she is, and less of just, oh, she's hot and it turns out that she's married to Harley, because that seems to be the big thing that everyone's always talking about is she's with Harley, she's not, she's, her sex life and her sexuality seems to be the big thing. And I'm like, no, this is an interesting character. I'd actually like to see more about her.
Yeah, there's more depth. So here we go. Injustice
Yeah.
takes Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy's relationship to the next level. And
Yeah,
if you've
that's
been
the big
paying
news.
attention, you will see that they are now married.
Yeah, there was one guy who, because they're like, oh, they're officially married, and someone was like, they're officially married in an unofficial time stream, and I was like, yeah, that is kind of funny.
I went down the rabbit hole a little bit with this, and it was just like, oh my gosh, you need like a flow chart to see what the hell is going on
Right.
in that universe. Okay, so here we go. Marvel is embracing the Alien franchise with new variant covers. Aliens are taking on the Marvel Universe in Marvel Comics January 2021 solicitation covers, taking their rightful place in Marvel Comics. And that is over at ScreenRant.com. Kind of
That's
cool that Screen Rant is covering comic books a little bit more. I'm seeing a lot more comics news over there.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, very good.
Titans, DC Comics teases Red Hood reveal coming next week. That'd be very cool. That's from comicbook.com.
Mhm.
I think the more sort of the more of that kind of background stuff that we can get out of there, the better. I haven't watched the Titan stuff, but I've heard some pretty good stuff.
I haven't either, but it looks interesting. It's on my watch list. Star Wars: The Mandalorian announces launch of Mando Mondays, and that is over at comicbook.com too. And you can watch that over on Disney Plus. Titans is now on HBO Max.
And Mandalorian season 2 is coming on the 30th.
Mm-hmm.
Very
And we're
exciting.
scrolling.
Comic book review: Transformers Volume 2: The Change in Your Nature. This is from flickeringmyth.com. Ricky Church reviews Transformers Volume 2: The Change in Your Nature, and that's from IDW. So yeah, if you're a Transformers fan, or you're a My Little Ponies fan who got into Transformers because you read that insane little mashup they had going on, this might be for you.
All right. And our ghost producer says that there's some interior art there. So visit the website and take a look. So this is Nokia wins bid to build 4G network on the moon. Hey, I'm excited about that, but honestly, I thought we were going to be there 20 years ago, if you asked my younger child.
See, I feel like if we're already going to 5G, why is the moon only going to be 4G?
Shut it, Chuck. That makes sense.
Well, it's like, oh, hey, the moon is about to get internet access. It's dull, but it's better than nothing. It's Nokia, that's why. Right? U.S. agent will fight his replacement in upcoming Marvel comics. Yeah, I've heard a lot about U.S. Agent. They're re-releasing a bunch of his old stuff. My dude Thomas Tenney is showing off some of the stuff that he did. So yeah, man, U.S. Agent is supposed to be playing a big part in what is to come. So that's kind of exciting.
Yeah, head over to comicbook.com and make sure that you check it out. And we're scrolling. Something about death metal here. Spoiler. What? Ooh. Spoiler betrays the Batman who laughs. Dark Knight's death metal has been defying fans' expectations at basically every turn. Be sure to head over to comicbook.com to see what that's all about.
That looks cool. And it looks like he's licking the Watchmen button. So
right.
There could be something interesting there that we don't know.
Aw, and we're scrolling.
Sadly, we aren't listed, but Variant and 9 other YouTube channels every comic book fan should subscribe to, whether a fan of DC, Marvel, or any other publication. There's a YouTube channel tailor-made for every comic reader. Here are 10 worth checking out.
All
And
right.
that's from CBR.com.
I was going to say, CBR, you're going to get an email from us. Damn it. We should be listed. Absolutely.
You know why you're not listed? Because you guys are just now kind of getting more into the mainstream stuff. You guys did a lot of indies. So that's their
Exactly.
loss for not noticing the indies. CBR.
Oh, we're on to you. We'll be in contact.
You have officially been finger wagged.
So here we are. DC takes a jab at New 52 in Dark Knight's death metal. So death metal seems to be having a renaissance here, huh?
Well, and I like that they're taking a stab at their own thing. They're like, hey, this is our book, but we can skewer it a little bit. Spider-Man 3 star Tom Holland arrives on set after finishing Uncharted. That's from comicbook.com. I'm a big Uncharted fan. I don't know if you know anything about Uncharted.
Not really.
Uncharted is a video game from Naughty Dog, and it's basically like a kind of a newer version of Indiana Jones. Really fun idea, very roguish character behind it. I think you'll enjoy Uncharted an awful lot.
Very cool. Okay, so R.I.P. Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes. So apparently Avengers versus X-Men, the comic event Marvel almost brought to TV. The cancellation of this critically acclaimed series deprived fans of a crossover event that even the Marvel Cinematic Universe hasn't delivered yet. So sad.
Yes.
And we're scrolling.
Okay, previews for every DC comic arriving Tuesday, October 27th. This is from CBR.com, and it gives you a preview of all the DC comics that are coming on Tuesday.
All right, and then we've got comic book preview, Batgirl number 50. This looks pretty cool. DC's current Batgirl series comes to an end this Tuesday with its milestone 50th issue. Congratulations, that's a huge milestone, and that is at flickeringmyth.com.
And I really like that art, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
That kind of reminds me of like the old like war poster arts, you know.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
And I think if you check that out, you might actually get a preview of the new Batgirl.
Very cool. Okay, and we're scrolling from CW. CW has some really awesome shows.
They do.
Is that it? Are we at the end? Well, I think we blasted past our half an hour, but this was fun. So be kind and share. That is, if our ghost producer wants to play Be a Pair, that's what we're all about. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Where is it? Be a Pair. Let's do it.
And go.
And go.
Be a pair, be professional, be ethical, be authentic, be respectful. Remember, in this industry for comics, be a pair. Art provided by Chris Mad. Look up Chris Mad Art on Facebook today.
And we're keeping our ghost producer busy in the background.
And if you're looking for some great Chris Mad art, you can check out his cover on Belial 2 now.
I see what you did there, Chuck.
Right?
Guys, it was great to have a Comics Newswire. I am the fill-in host, co-anchor with Chuck Pinot over here. Make sure that you check him out. He is going to be live tonight with me again, covering for Phil Locklear, Demon Phil, and we're going to be talking about Cthulhu. So
we are.
This is the Kickstarter. Hey,
yeah.
You guys are doing really good.
Thank you.
Backers. That's nice.
Yeah, 182 backers. We have 16 days to go. Feeling it. We're only $45 away from Marv. Let's jump on Marv real quick. Hi, the time change in Portugal, and I'm still at work. Minus 1 hour. I'll see you on the replay. Thank you, Marv. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast when you watch it. Yeah, man. We have $45 still to go. Still should have been filling. I actually agree with you there, Aaron. I'm okay with it, but yeah, I feel you. $45 to go until you get the first stretch goal, which is a Green Day Dookie homage to Belial, and then after that, the next stretch goal is going to be a sexy cosplay cover. So we would love for you guys to see that.
Now, I heard something about spicy chips and tattoos. What's that about?
Okay, the spicy chips is we have funded, and so our promise was when we funded, we were going to do the one chip challenge. So we will be doing that probably on our when we go live to kind of draw everything out to a close and say goodbye to everyone. 18 backers to 200. Yeah, we're very excited about that too. Wow, 200. We do have something that we're playing with to get people excited for 200. So there's certainly that too. Yeah, man. Just so much good stuff happening. We're all so excited, and the tattoos were if we hit 10 grand, we would go and we would get the tattoos.
Now, who
So
gets to choose the tattoo?
we've already chosen. We're going to be each getting a Link tattoo.
And Ghost Producer says back it or Link is coming for you.
And
Yeah,
he's not
bring
afraid
it.
of anybody. He ain't afraid of nobody.
And on that note, I think we can end the program here, guys. So thank you for tuning in to Comic Newswire. Make sure that you tune in tomorrow, where I can't remember who our Tuesday guest co-anchor is. But okay, so Ghost Producer says, where can they follow you, Chuck?
Well, if you're a creeper, you can come to my hometown. But if you want to do it on the internet, you can find me, Chuck Pino, Pineau, on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram under the same name. You can find me on Twitter at Chucky Pin. You can find my Chuck's Raw Reviews, where I talk about awesome indie comics that I absolutely adore, over on YouTube. And you can find me my different things, Essence House, Belial, Bonfire Press, all that kind of stuff on Facebook in their groups.
All right. And I'm Meredith Lochran. You guys can find me at IndieVent.com. INDEEVENT. We're going to have a big event November 9th through the 13th. Make sure that you tune in. We're going to have some spooky stories, special guests, live streams, guest shows, web series, all kinds of stuff. So make sure that you tune in. Be a part of IndieVent. Come over to Crypt Week. If you've got an idea, let me know. I still have some time slots available. And on that note, you guys, peace out. Chuck and I, we're going to be here this evening at 10:30 to talk about Cthulhu for Demon Tools show. On that note, see you later. Ghost Producer, take us out. Jazzy hands.
Jazzy hands.